welcome back to the Pen and Ink Club. It's been a couple of weeks actually since I've last posted something, so apologies for a bit of a delay. No reasons, just been busy. I was doing some work last weekend, so I didn't have a chance to post anything last weekend. So I've got a new Pelikan for you today to have a look at. It's a Pelikan I didn't know anything about. It's a Pelikan that I wasn't familiar with, not usually part of that sort of range. But it's one that I've seen photos of recently. There's been sort of 3 new releases of Pelikans, I would say, over the last couple of weeks. 2 in blue, 2 very nice looking blue ones that I'm hoping to get hold of to have a look at some point soon. But also this one in green and black, very traditional for Pelikan to sort of look at. So what I'm looking at here is a Pelikan M120. I've got the medium nib version of that. To have a look at. Wouldn't be my usual choice of nib, but it's nice to try something different once in a while, you know, as they all say. So I'm going to have a look at this Pelikan 120, so I'll just show you just very briefly what this looks like, see whether this is something you want to carry on looking at and seeing in more detail. So very traditional looking pen, simple green black with a gold trim. Piston filling pen, oh gosh, dropped it. Piston filling pen as expected by Pelikan. So let's have a look at this in more detail and I'll see you very shortly. Bye. Welcome back and thanks for coming back to me. So we've got the Pelikan, this Pelikan M120. So this is how Pelikan, this particular Pelikan arrives. So we've got a white box here with Pelikan logo, the Pelikan there and the Pelikan writing here. Details of what's inside the box. And then at the back here, Pelikan, registered trademark of Pelikan, and then all the information about where Pelikan is located and registered. So let's have a look. So we open up this box and we come across a more attractive box. Let's see if we can get in a little closer here for you. Beautiful sort of a goldy sort of, it's a greyish gold. It's not bright gold, it's a beautiful greyish sort of gold colour that goes with this brown, accented by this brown here, with again with the Pelikan writing and the logo to the side. And it's exactly the same right the way around. So then we have this pulley here, and it just sort of acts like a drawer. So we pull on this, and out it comes. So put that aside for now. So we've got now this little sort of, well, it's like a drawer, as I said. And in here is this beautiful leatherette case, tissue paper, and then the Pelikan booklet with all your warranty information and everything like that. Nothing, you know, hugely exciting. So lovely ribbon that you tie up around it. And then we've got this pocket. And in here is where we find the pen. So we've got the little tag that it came with. Move that out the way. And this is the Pelikan M120. Very similar in size to the Pelikan M200. I'm just going to see if I can get an exact comparison actually, because I did a review just a little while ago on the one of the 200, on the green and black 200. Let's have a look. 125, 120, 148. Right, so it's actually just slightly longer with the cap on and slightly longer posted, and this will be just purely, it's exactly the same length without the cap. So this will be down to the fact that it's got this sort of domed ends where the 200 series are square ends on there. So let's have a look in a bit more detail here. So let me give you the measurements. So this is 13 grams in weight with the cap as you're looking at it now. So actually this is a really lightweight pen because this is filled with ink as well, and I just weighed this. So this was 13 grams already with it full of ink, with a piston full of ink. And then it is just 8 grams without the cap. So it's a really lightweight pen. I do like lightweight pens when I'm doing a lot of writing, so it's quite nice. Lengthwise, 130 millimeters as we're looking at it now from the tip, both ends of the tips here, and it's 120 without the cap. Posted, it's 154 millimeters long, so still not an enormous pen, still not a huge pen. Let's have a look at this in a little more detail then for you. So we've got this domed end. Don't know if you can pick it up on the camera there, but there is a pelican engraved into the cap there, just at the edge. And then we've got a dome at the part of the piston that you twist then to fill this with ink. Gold accents around the middle here, and then the gold clip. Clip perfectly functional, same design as on any other of the clips. So these are gold plated pocket clips and the rings. It's a really nice sort of, I would suppose to say it's sort of, you know, almost like an antique green. It's a really nice green. It's not a bright green, it's not a grass green, it's not a bottle green. It's quite a subdued green actually. So let's say classic is the way I would sort of describe this pen. So let's open this up. So we've got an ink window here, really nice sized ink window. And you can see the ink in there. An ink window is really useful, I find, when you're using a piston fill pen. Grip section, twist cap, always my favourite, and then have a look at this nib. Absolutely beautiful nib. And here's the difference, is the design that's on that nib. So where did this M120 come from? So the M120 was first launched back in 1955, so years ago. And now they've relaunched it. So we've got the same shape really, same barrel shape and the same domed cap. It didn't come out as a piston fill originally, it's now a piston fill pen. And they've added this beautiful engraving onto this nib. You can see that there, without it going out of focus. Some beautiful work on that nib. So the engraving sort of represents the, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right, the curlicue, which was found on a price list that was found, which dated back to 1889, to do with these pens, to do with Pelikan pens. But this nib is beautiful. This is a medium nib, and you can really see the rounded tip on this nib here. Really lovely. Gold plated steel nib, this is, and barrel is a really high quality resin, which makes it as lightweight as it is. The pen is beautifully weighted. Let me just cap that for you. I journaled with this last night and I did cap it. I very rarely cap a pen unless I have to. Things like the Kaweco Sports or the mini pens I tend to cap, obviously because they're designed to do so. But otherwise I will try to avoid capping a pen if I can. But this one I did cap last night, not because I had to, but because actually it was still quite comfortable to be able to do so. Doesn't make it very top heavy, which is nice, and it's comfortable to use and comfortable in the hand. The grip section is moulded down here to give you a nice area to hold this pen, and it comes back out right here towards the nib so that you're not slipping, and you've got a nice place to rest your fingers there. I was pleasantly surprised. Being brutally honest, when it was first sent to me, I was speaking to a colleague of mine, to Ian Headley at Pens, Paper, Pencils, and he'd sent this over because we've each reviewed this, myself, Scribble Mombodo and Ian Headley, and it will feature on our United Inkdom site as well. And also say thank you very much to Ross at Pure Pens for sending this to the three of us to be able to have the chance to review it for everybody, for you guys that are watching now. And I opened up the box and I just sort of went, nah. One of those sort of noises, not particularly overwhelmed by anything. It was classic looking, not something that I would pick up and say, look, this is what I want. Those of you that know me well enough by now, I like something pretty, and for me this wasn't pretty. It was, it was understated, it was classic, but boy did it write very well. I'll just do a quick writing sample and then I'm going to leave you all alone. So let's have a look. See if we can just zoom in a little closer so you can see. So this is the Pelikan M120, and this is a medium. So medium steel nib. And the ink is Waterman Green, one of my favourite green inks. I haven't had any issues whatsoever with this pen. It has worked perfectly. I've had no skipping, I've had no hard starts, it hasn't been dry. The ink has worked very well. It's worked straight away, straight out of the box as I had it. I filled it up and then no issues whatsoever. It wrote very quickly. There is a little movement in this nib, as you can sort of see there, if you really wanted to. But other than that, absolutely very impressed with it. Really liked the pen, and I hope you found this interesting. If there's anything else you want to know, just leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer if I can, or I'll point you in the direction of somebody that can. Thank you for now, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye!